So adding all these background colors, you can kind of design it how you like. So I really enjoy olive greens and any sort of greens, but my tendency is to pull out the really vibrant colors. So I have to tone myself down a bit because my house is colorful, but it's not totally colorful. So yeah, you can make it your own style. Follow the guide, but if your home is more neutral, you might want some more muted colors. Or if you're into color, you might want to really pull out all of those vibrant oranges and yellows and golds. Yeah, so it's up to you. I hope you have an art supply store near you because first of all, there are loads of fun, and then you can support a local business, but also there are different options of medium, including paper. So the papers for soft pastels, I mean, there's a huge variety. There is soft pastel paper, and you can find those in sheets of all kinds of colors. And one side will be a little bit rougher, and the other side will be a bit smoother. Usually, the smoother side is preferred, but it doesn't hurt to use the rougher side. It just has more of a pattern to it. There's also sanded paper. That has a very toothy feel to it. It's really holds the color, but also can be a little bit messier too. There are newsprint paper. So I talked a little bit about that with charcoal, and newsprint paper works just fine too. It's just that it will yellow. Honestly, whatever you want to draw on, just give it a try. I use watercolor paper pretty often. And in the past, when I was a kid, just trying to draw on anything I could draw on, I used drywall. So, and that worked and that held up. So, yeah. So, anyhow, I just wanted to give you a little rundown on the paper, but in the end, it's up to you. Just like any other art thing, it's just worth trying different stuff out. I didn't discover sanded paper until I was in my 30s, and I adore it now. Throughout this drawing, we're going to be layering different colors. So dark hues mixed with background colors, pops of bright colors, and highlights. We've been using the pastel pencils for the background colors. Now we're going to start doing more of an impressionist style and stippling over that with layers of color. I like to use rolled soft pastels. These are extremely vibrant. So I tend to go a little too vibrant myself, so I usually have to tone it down at the end. But this impressionist style of stippling and small marks, you're going to see it come together. It takes a little bit of time. Yeah, so take your time. No big deal. Put on some music, have a cup of tea while you do it, and enjoy. When looking at the reference photo, there are a few things to look at, but one of them is the contrast of shadows and lights. Another thing to be aware of when looking at the reference photo is are patterns. So in this one, you can kind of see the trees are bending inward, and that gives it sort of a circular or oval pattern. And the light cascading across the road, it's kind of an S curve throughout the road, which is really neat. Impressionism came out in the mid to late 1800s, and you see work from Monet, Renoir, Degas, very famous pieces like Starry Night, The Water Lily Pond, At the Theater. All of these are done with a stippling, small strokes. That creates a vibrancy, a movement. It creates a lot of interest in your work. It just catches your eye, it catches the light. During that time of Impressionism, when it first came out, there was a lot of narrative work. And there still is, of course, but at that time in Europe, it was a lot about classes of people. So you'll see much lower class people in some of these paintings, and then high class people. Each one of these tells a really cool story. So that's another thing to keep in mind as you're painting today is your story. The first time anyone ever sees Starry Night by Van Gogh, they remember it. They remember that painting. Why does everyone remember that painting? I'd like to propose that it has something to do with his technique, his impressionist stippling small mark technique. It's attractive. And that's what you're doing today. And that's what you're going to have hanging up in your wall. And that's what your children are going to see and your grandchildren are going to see. And you can put your story into that because this is your pathway. So keep going. You're doing an excellent job. We're near the end. And when I step back and look at it, I realize I want to make it slightly different in colors. So I'm just going to add a bunch more olive green tones and other greens because I just really like that. And I think it'll fit our decor better. When you're pulling the tape off, pull down and away. So do you have your artist signature worked out? Because now is the time. Pick out a color and sign it.